Welcome, people of YouTube.
Hello, and welcome back to Game Mode 4 Toolbox. I don't know why I was voicing
Yes.
things like that.
I'm gonna drag us into the stream chat, by the way.
Oh, good plan. I always forget about that. Okay, so today we're going to be working on XP storage. If you don't remember what this is about, the idea is that if you have experience on you, you can stand on top of any ender chest and it will take the levels out of you and store it in your ender chest. And like the contents of an ender chest, it's unique to you. So somebody else can stand on top of the same ender chest, store their own XP, and it will be separate from yours. And if you stand under one of these, it'll give it back. With the added advantage that it's not stored inside the ender chest, but inside all ender chests, so you'll be able to go over here and take the XP back out, which is quite nice. But we have some ideas for both improving the efficiency, the accuracy, and the usability of this. We want to make it so that if you look inside one, it will it'll announce how much XP you have, so you can tell how much you have when you look at your items. And we want to change the speeds of things a little bit. We want to make it so that it takes your XP a little bit faster maybe, and if you hold shift you can dump all of your XP at once in instead of having to wait for it to drain. And then the taking out is going to be a bit faster as well, so you can get your levels out more quickly. Don't forget you can join us at stream.gm4.co. This is the server IP. stream.gm4.co if you want to hang out with us. If you want to hang out with us like a
Rope.
like a mob bee. They look so weird. Ugh, I don't like them.
Illuminati?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about them.
I don't
They're
like their
fine.
wings. They don't
The bad
render
thing
water through
about
them, do they?
Yeah, players.
Oh, they don't
render through
render
them.
players either. I can see your feet, but nothing else.
No entities render through them.
I
I don't like that part of them.
It's kind of strange.
And on a pretty weird thing, I really like the the texture they had earlier before the retexturing better. The black one
Oh yeah.
instead
Okay.
of this one.
What are you guys looking at again? I don't know where you are.
Why are you surprised I remember the IP, Mizerd? I don't think I've ever said it wrong before. It's one of the others, I think, that gets confused about the IP.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, there you go. Our special little builder has the trouble.
Oh,
So
special!
yeah.
Look on your head.
Blue, you haven't actually joined us in Atom yet.
Oh, I have. Damn it. Let me do that. Stupid me.
Why did you just reload?
There we go.
Because I have a list of items that is for the testing room.
Okay. Okay.
Because special is prepared.
Yes. A list of items for the testing room.
For players to just mess around with.
Okay.
But I don't want them to like going full on gladiator mode in the main theater, so
Is XP in the
remove
chests not currently on Game of
stuff.
4D?
it can't because they can't cross dimensions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we can't we can't have a global dimension scoreboard. Yes. Yes.
What?
So I guess a
What
good place
other
to
thing?
start would be to put an XP scoreboard into the init.
Yeah. That's a good place to start.
Do we want the because there's a lot of different ways to get XP now, because you can directly pull points out of the player's NBT. I don't know if you can pull. I don't think you can pull levels out of the NBT, but you can pull levels from the level scoreboard. Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, you can't, but you can get the full point value from NBT.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't edit a XP scoreboard anyway, so.
No. So we need... Are you saying that we can just read it as a scoreboard. The total XP, that's a scoreboard rather than...
Well, because there's two scoreboards. There's one for how many levels you have, and there's one for how many points you have until the next level. So like your progress across. But then I don't think there's a scoreboard for total XP points.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
So what do we call the scoreboard for how much stored XP you have? Stored XP?
Oh,
Or just XP?
never mind. This is that for that. Huh.
What are you
Oh,
talking
God.
about?
I was talking about the scoreboard for reading.
Oh,
I
no.
need to go to bed. Okay, I don't know. Player XP.
Did we just
stored
used to call it XP? GM4_XP? I think that's
Probably,
what it's
but
called.
that's not as descriptive. Have I joined you in the
Should we call
portal
it
yet?
stored XP then?
Yeah, you did.
No, I haven't.
Why would it do this to me? There we go.
Let's go out objectives. Let's play.
There we go.
So you're saying we can read XP off a scoreboard? So XP is a criteria.
We can.
It might be.
So
Oh, so there's level and there's XP. I
Uh,
see.
really,
I see something called
that's the
level.
thing.
I see a criteria called
Yeah.
level, and I see
and there's one called XP.
XP. Do we need both?
I wonder what XP is.
Is XP the amount of XP in the level, like you get with the query command?
We'll have to test it.
By the way, special.
Or look it up.
And Sparks,
I
don't
set-
worry about the turtleneck on your head.
Please tell me that's capable of hatching over time. Oh no, it's not. Okay.
Just let it be on there. And you can have 5 and
Mm-hmm. I like it.
give it some time. You will love it.
How much time?
Oh, I don't
Oh.
have.
Oh my god! Baby turtle! Oh my god.
Sparks is a mother, and he's very happy about that.
So this is what motherhood feels like.
Oh, there it goes. That was really weird. Gotta love
Yeah,
1.13.
there's XP query, and we've got a plan for that if we can't use the scoreboard criteria. But if scoreboard criteria work, then it's way easier. By the way, Sparks, that turtle will be killed in a couple of minutes.
No! He was too good for this world. So do we need both of these objectives then? XP and level?
Well, technically we don't, but it's better to do it if they are capable of doing what we want to do. So we need to figure out whether level displays the level you're at, and whether XP displays the total XP or the amount in the level you're at.
Oh my god, game mode. Survival then, fine. Skill objectives, add temp XP, XP. Sidebar temp XP. Crothers has 104 XP. XP.
Yeah, for some reason, like, it doesn't show other people's thing there. I tried it a minute ago.
I think you need to update it. Special. So
Update my value?
Yep, you need to update your XP value. It's the same with the health, I think. If I...
You're right.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's... The XP is until the next level, because I have 128 levels.
Until the next level.
So that's 1 point. How many points in the first level? Anyone know?
17. Oh,
17. So if I give myself
7.
another 16, that'll either be 16 or 0. Although actually, I guess, yeah, that's 17. So I guess that's the total XP points, irrespective of level.
So this doesn't count the leveling.
No.
That's an issue, though.
Yeah, but we can get total XP from the player.
From
Data.
the MBT, so we don't even need the
Yeah.
scoreboard. All right, so here's a plan.
You guys can go
So this
harvest
is
some
temp
XP in this
level.
testing room, by the way. Go have fun.
So my level is 4.
Yeah, but it doesn't help us, Sparks.
Okay.
So here's our plan. If the player shifts on the ender chest, we want to make it so that they deposit all their levels,
Yeah.
right? So for that, we can use the total XP MBT. We don't even need that scoreboard because there's a MBT tag on the player
Mm-hmm.
that counts the total amount of XP points. So if a player goes onto an ender chest and shifts, we'll just take that MBT tag and subtract it from their XP values. That's done by XP at then a player name -10 and then points, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we do the removal of all XP by shifting. And for removing just one level, aka the usual behavior, we can do the following. We can do XP query, if you type that in your chat for the stream to see. And that returns the amount of XP you've got in your level, in the level you're in. And then we take that queried number. You got to do XP query points, by the way. XP query
Not
points
levels.
returns the number of points in the level you're in.
Right. Okay.
Then we take that number, add 1 to it. So take the number you got,
so
and then do
16 plus 1 is 17.
+1, and then do XP add minus the number +1. And
That
it will
was-
take you down 1 level.
Mm-hmm.
You can also just remove one level.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. Slash
But
XP,
no, special
But then we
Add-
don't know. Then we don't know how
We
many
need to
points.
know the number of points.
-1 level.
We want to know how much
But
to
we need
store in the
to know
chest.
the number of points, yeah. I guess we could just do 1 level, but we need to calculate that 16 plus 1 number anyways for our scoreboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I guess.
and then we
like-
just run that every clock
Yeah.
cycle.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
So under May, so we don't need any other scoreboards then, just the XP stored XP scoreboard.
Just our dummy scoreboard, yeah.
Okay, I'll just manually add this for now. That's not Minecraft. This is Minecraft. There we go.
I'm done.
It's from Villager.
Yes, it
Villager
is.
and use, right?
Yes. There we go. Stored XP's on the sidebar. So next. Under main, I guess the first thing we want to do is check for players who are stood on or under an XP ender chest, right?
Let's just focus on the
we could-
depositing of XP first. I think.
So players who are
Did-
stood on an ender chest.
Yeah. This turtle should be dead by now.
Does this look good, guys?
Killing a turtle at the moment. Give me a second.
Oh, hi, Simply Sark.
Oh, it's Sark
Well,
here.
Oh, simply suck. Join the stream.
Hey,
Oh, hi.
Sark, long time no see. Impressive to be doing all this in dev. Well, I think the most impressive thing is the turtle eggs, to be honest. Do I have one as well now? No, I have no turtle egg.
Do I still have a turtle egg? Is it hatching slowly?
It doesn't seem to be moving much right now. It's like a early game stage Togepi. It's just sitting there. This turtle hasn't died either.
Oh yeah,
Not-
I fixed that one.
Needn't have felt so excited about that, but okay. Sark, your friend.
Is Sark your friend?
We're like best
Sorry,
buddies
no,
ever.
that's Firend. Firend.
Firend. Okay.
Is he your Firend?
Does this look
Okay,
right to you
let's get
guys? Under the function.
Taking a look now. Execute as we could
Yep.
add as if block exclude spectator mode here.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep. Run function.
Yeah, looks fine. Special Do we include GM4 underscore in the module ID?
What?
The module underscore ID is still in the template pack in the init.mc function.
Is it? Maybe somewhere. It should
Uh,
have a GM4.
No GM4? Alright.
Should just be
I will
XP
go through and
underscore
change
storage.
off that.
Oh, yeah, you missed a handful.
I didn't do anything.
I was talking to Sparks. You messed up. You done goofed.
What I do? What I do? What?
Forgot
Everyone
module
to
ID
blame
places.
Sparks.
Oh, did I leave a placeholder value somewhere?
A bunch of them.
All over the place.
Really? Did it not save?
No,
It's
it
just-
was like half of them.
Okay, fair enough.
By all over the place, I mean 2.
Okay then. So if we run this now, I have a new take XP function you can jump to see, and if we reload, it should just say that when one of us stands on an ender chest.
Yep.
Everything you
take.
I was hearing
No,
90s.
Every move
90s.
you make.
I was hearing 90s today when I prepared that record player turntable thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So stop it. Too much 90s for the day.
No choice to anyone can join. Just join the IP stream.gm4.co.
Wait, is it? No, it's Gamemode4.co.
Is it? Well, I stand corrected. Is it?
Is it? I think it's play.gamemode4d. Stream.gamemode4d.com.
Misode. Help us
I joined
again.
with stream.gm4.co, I swear. Okay, both work. Well, he got on the server, so something worked.
Welcome.
Alright, so we can tell one player's on an ender chest. That's a great start. Let's see. What next? We're taking XP from them, so I guess the first thing to do is get their XP? To tell if they're shifting, actually, next, right?
Yeah, we should probably split it into 2 functions here. One is the shifting thing, and one is the other thing. Also, special, father.
Oh, I love baby turtles.
And it's gone. Alright, let's split it into 2 functions here.
Why can't I... Am I not opt? I can't place command blocks.
Are you in creative?
Oh. Face palm. Wow.
Let's rename the take function then and recall it to deposit XP. What should we call this function? Because take XP is pretty much not the thing it does.
You don't like it.
Well, it's gonna deposit the XP and it's just gonna be a simple check
From whose
checking
perspective?
whether they shift.
I'm hearing myself played back in the stream and I'm freaking out. It's so weird. Ah.
What's the shifting property on players? Is that a tag?
It's a scoreboard, I think. Special? I think it's a scoreboard that counts your sneak
shifting?
time.
Yeah, it's a...
But
Yeah, you got it.
there's a distance walked, and there is a
Distance
A sneak-
sneaked.
time
I think that's a
snuck.
Yeah.
time sneak.
time snuck. Sneak time. Okay, so I guess we need another
Snuck.
scoreboard then.
Snuck.
Snuck.
So you want me to rename this file then?
I'm gonna do the renaming. You make the scoreboard, and
Will that work if you rename? Should I not name it at my end?
I think it works.
Okay, we'll try it. In it, we need a new one. Scoreboard objectives. Add GM4. Do we want to make this a global? No, because we're going to be resetting it, right? So it should be a XP. XP sneaking. XP
So
sneaking?
apparently there's a not plugin but thing in whatever's running the server that when it gets date or time in a message, it prints the time and date to chat.
Oh yeah, it
And
does
I'm
that.
very confused.
Do you not like XP sneaking?
XP sneaking is fine, don't worry. I've renamed this function file to deposit mode check. Make sure to either reopen your FTP stack or just open the new file.
I see it. There you go. New file. I had to reopen it. Okay. XP sneaking.
I'm returning the portal real quick. So this function is just gonna be a check whether they are sneaking, and then we branch off to 2 different functions depending on whether they are sneaking or not.
Yeah. I've updated main.
Join the slate. There's gonna be a difference between sneaking players on an ender chest and non-sneaking players. Sneaking players will deposit all their XP at once, which will be quite handy. And non-sneaking players will just deposit a level at a time per clock cycle. That's a level every 0.8 seconds.
If we set their sneaking to 0 in main, it'll still be 0 by the time we get to deposit mode check, won't it?
Yeah.
I think this was the whole issue we had with desire lines, where we have to set it a tick before we act on it.
Oh yeah, because
Because all of this happens in a single tick, so we need to tell if they are currently sneaking.
Well, the issue here is more of our clock only runs every 0.8 seconds, and if they sneak and then walk onto an ender chest within 0.8 seconds,
Yeah.
will still be 0 if we reset it at the end. No method that won't work, because then somebody sneaks and then walks onto the ender chest and deposits all their XP, which would suck. How
So
could
they have
we
to
fix
already
this?
be on there and then be sneaking.
Thanks, Element. I'll update that.
But then special, it will start removing the XP levels at it. Well, oh yeah, they will have to be on ender chest already and then be sneaking. Because if they sneak, they want to deposit all their XP anyways, so it doesn't matter whether the module starts depositing levels at a time when they step on the ender chest. Right?
Something like that.
Sorry, what was that? I was typing.
So specials suggest they need to be already on the ender chest and then start sneaking. And we can do that, because if they start sneaking, they want to deposit all their levels anyways. So it doesn't matter if the module starts removing a level at a time. Right?
Yes, but how do we tell that? Would we
just check for the block beneath them.
Yes.
That means you've got to stand on there for like 1 block pulse and then sneak, but that's fine.
But how do we know how long they've been stood on there for?
We don't need to know.
I'm a little confused, but
Just
I'll
they
go
were
with it. I'll go with it and see whether I'm just confused. I'll
So
see what you're
what
doing.
we're gonna do is, do you see me typing in deposit check?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna check whether they are sneaking and whether they are on the ender chest. And we're gonna reset the sneaking timer at the end of our function. If block if score is faster than anything else, right?
It depends what context.
We're already executing as at S, right? And at S.
Yeah.
We need. Oh, we're already doing it at S? Alright, then. Just remove this part. If score at S. XP sneak, right? Not storage.
XP dump.
It sounds gross.
I think it's accurate though.
So, Sparks, we now check whether they are already on an ender chest and are sneaking. So, the module can't count them in if they are if they were sneaking before. They need to be on the ender chest and sneaking.
But this
and at the end
function,
of this function,
this function only runs if they're on an ender chest. So this is just a repeat.
we don't even need a check
of main.
Yeah. Get rid of the check then.
Okay, I'm still confused, but it depends on what where you're
At the
resetting
end of this function, ASD,
Yeah.
then we'll reset the sneaking score. So if they sneak without being on the ender chest and then go onto an ender chest, it will start depositing. Never mind.
Yes, this is what I'm confused about. We need to reset it somewhere outside of this. I thought I was right, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd just see where you were going with it.
The only thing that I can think of that we would be able to find out if they were sneaking when they were already stood on it is if we like put a tag when they were on the armor stand, not sneaking, then started sneaking.
Only reset their sneaking score if they are not on ender chest?
You need a tag to see if they were previously sneaking, then check if they don't have the tag, but the sneak tag
No,
is
we
one.
we don't. We can just do unless block.
You just
What?
So if someone sneaks across an ender chest, it's okay then. You've lost both me and Sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Watch me. I'm gonna do some pantomiming.
Alright, I'm watching you.
Do you want this to count for the deposit everything?
Yes. No. Oh, damn. Do we want that?
Well, that's what'll happen if we do unless block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we could also just do that. And not this, somehow.
Could we... it would mean another scoreboard. If we included sneak distance, then we could see if sneak distance was 0 and sneaking was 1, or was greater than 1.
We could also just check if sneak time is
Oh, that's smart.
1.
That
We
way,
can't.
so if the sneak distance is greater than 0, we reset the sneak time, but don't deposit.
So like if they're not moving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they have, so I'm walking around right now, right, and I'm sneaking a little bit, and I'm sneaking a bit, and that's upping my sneak count and my distance snuck count, 2 scoreboards, which means when I step onto this, even if I'm sneaking, we can say if the distance snuck is greater than 0, then that means that I have been moving while sneaking. So we don't dump XP, but we do set the distance snuck back to 0. And from then on, then we set the sneak time and the distance snuck to 0. And then from then on, if we are sneaking and the distance snuck is 0, that means that we have shifted and are still on an ender chest, right?
On an ender chest.
I think that would be a way to do it.
That would be a way to do it.
Question is Mizode's tag suggestion simpler? You tag to see if they were previously sneaking, then check if they don't have the tag, but the sneak tag is 1. I'm not quite sure.
I think I get what he's saying. Oh, that's my sword. You stole my sword.
Need a sneak time of like 10 and just reset it
That's
when
what
not on an
I
ender
was
chest.
thinking. So that's like the clock specific approach.
Oh, okay.
So we know that the sneak time is increased every tick, and our clock runs every 0.8 seconds, which is some ticks. And then we just assume the worst case, just assume our clock misses the sneak. Just misses the sneak. And then we know they started sneaking on the ender chest when they are on ender chest and have a sneak time of worst case time.
You could still sneak onto an ender chest that way.
That's right, I guess. I like the two
Actually, I don't know if
scoreboards.
you could, because if you were sneaking when you were onto the ender chest, then your counter would be
Reset.
unless you snuck onto the ender chest and then let go of sneak just as you were on the ender chest, because then you wouldn't have been sneaking for the whole cycle, which means your number would be lower, because you don't have to sneak for the entirety of a cycle.
It's true.
We might have to do two
Special.
scoreboards.
Special, did you change it so that my turtle thing replaces your head with a turtle head?
No, I just put a turtle helmet on my head to ward off the evils.
Walled off weevils.
Yeah.
I like the two scoreboards version of doing it, to be honest. What will be more efficient though? Guess the two random players, by the way.
Oh, Automod is somewhere up in heaven.
Here he is. What's more efficient?
I don't know.
Oops.
Huh.
What's the distance crouched even called? There's no
I think this is
distance.
crouched.
Scoreboard.
Centimeters crouched.
Um,
CM_crouched.
Nothing with CM.
Minecraft.
What?
Dot custom. Is it a custom? Yeah, custom.
Oh, it's crouch 1 centimeter.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Dot
that's
That's
it.
so weird.
crouch
I
1
mean,
centimeter.
I would call crouching the thing you do when you don't move, and sneaking the thing you do when you do move. I would crouch down. I would
Are they-
sneak forward. But here it's
They're
saying you
called
crouch a
different things.
distance and you sneak for a time. That's weird.
Huh.
I feel like they're the wrong way around,
They
but
should.
whatever.
Let's try the two scoreboards version then.
Does anyone else agree with that? That should be the other way around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
do.
annoying, so it's not gonna happen.
Well, flipping them now would be annoying because it would change their properties, but yeah.
Sparks checks.
We need to namespace our functions, right? Special.
Yeah, no, yeah.
XP storage dump XP.
Why do we have a whole? Is there gonna be anything else in this function?
Yes.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with me calling it sneak dist?
That's
Sounds
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Is it XP sneak dist or just sneak dist?
GM4_XP_sneak_dist.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Woohoo! Sounds good.
Oh, it's longer than 16 characters.
By one. We could do snack dist.
Or
Sneak dist.
dist. Or sneak centimeters?
It's so random that
Sneak
It isn't
centimeters, why not
centimeters.
inches? Why not inches?
Because the stat is in centimeters.
because imperial units suck, Special, and you can't deny that.
I'm doing sneak centimeters.
But then it would be XP sneak in.
Because we secretly know that it's actually sneak crazy man.
Okay. The
Can't we just-
subtitle for the subtitle that Baby Turtle makes. I thought this was important. when it moves around is baby turtle shambles, and I think that's adorable.
So not a shambles, that's what it is. Insert sneak checks here, Sparks. If
Insert not.
you really want me handling your underwear.
No, not really. That would end up very poorly, I feel, somehow.
Execute if score at S GM4 sneaking matches one or more. If score at S GM4, what did I call it? XP sneak centimeters.
Sparks special, you will have to refresh your FTP file tree. I've created both functions.
That was a sound. I don't know what it was, but it was a sound.
Hang on,
What's
actually.
you fighting your keyboard?
What do I need to reset,
Yeah, a little
sorry?
bit. Just
this-
your file tree. You have to go up and down briefly.
For dump all and dump level, okay. I'll open them for you. There's dump all. There's dump level.
Thank you.
So if player has been moving while sneaking, reset sneaking. Why? Why would... Don't complete... There we go.
Oh yeah, don't type the GM4 underscore when you're typing scoreboards because it doubles the GM4.
I
Just
know.
type the scoreboard name.
Scored. If sneak centimeters matches one or more,
Reset.
Scoreboard players
Reset.
reset
At S.
at
Blah
S
blah blah.
XP sneak centimeter, and then we do the same thing again, but for the other scoreboard. Actually, we need to do that first, which is reset the crouch, the sneaking time. Yeah, that's right. So that'll set them both to 0, and then but that'll only happen if the sneak centimeters is greater than 0. So after that, we can say see if player is sneaking on.
Crothers, Misode is not your hoi polloi audience member. He has powers of death. So watch y'all. Avoid your stage crew members, otherwise they might stab you in the back.
What's the MBT tech called special? Total XP?
Yes, but I don't know if that's actually any good.
Okay, this makes sense
yeah,
to me.
because then...
I think this is right.
let me take a look at your stuff, Sparks. What is it?
Under deposit mode. So if the
Unless-
score sneaking matches 1 or more, then you dump all, and unless the score matches 1 or more, you dump level.
Sounds good.
Should we put say commands in
So-
both and see if it works?
Yeah, sure. Yes, special, you're right. The MBT tag won't help us, because if we extract the data from the MBT tag, we need to store it in a scoreboard anyway, so we could just use the total
Yeah.
XP scoreboard.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we need a scoreboard for the dump level as well, so we could just reuse that for the dumping of all.
Okay, we should be able to test that then. Oh, especially you've been typing
reload.
to me.
Reloading?
Oh, sorry, I
That's
see.
fine. Someone fixed it. I don't know who, but someone did, and yeah, we're good.
You have to type something for me to do that anyway.
So we could get away with one scoreboard less special if we use the MBT tag, read the MBT value, stored it in our computing computing XP scoreboard, and then remove that amount from the player.
It's not working.
Damn it! Can
Oh, by the way, the console seems to be working now. If you needed that.
I will open that?
Oh, does it? Okay. I think we may have an error
Yeah,
somewhere.
Spider. Yep. Well, the advancement's been misnamed, but that looks like it.
Is that caused the whole thing to crash?
It shouldn't. I'll just quickly rename that.
Oh damn! Special. We can't do XP remove scoreboard value, can we?
No,
Ah,
not direct, but that's
So we'll
okay
have
because we can do
zero
that.
tick
That's
loops.
fine though. Yeah, that's okay. Recursion is possible.
Zero tick loop until we run out of score.
Yeah, so find the number of points you want to remove, run them through a function loop until they until it's 0.
Okay.
Special.
Did you fix that advancement thing?
Yes. That was the only thing that was erroring.
Still not working though. New
Well,
error?
it loaded in without any issues, so
Commands must be wrong here.
what we had the same message.
Dump all
So-
and dump level are valid functions.
Is GM4 XP sneaking in there? Did you add that scoreboard?
Sorry?
Did you add the scoreboard?
Yeah, both are there. Sneak centimeter and
Did you? But you just added it in the init function, so we gotta tell it that it needs to reinstall.
Yeah.
no, I added them in game. You can see them on the sidebar, sneaking and sneak centimeter.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
They're both
never
here.
mind, you're
They're
right.
both running. It's the module that's not doing anything to it.
Is deposit mode check doing a thing? We already checked if they were on the ender chest, so that's fine.
Deposit mode check isn't running anymore.
Oh, have we renamed?
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what?
We renamed
Oh,
deposit mode
no,
check,
no,
but
no,
we
no,
didn't.
No, the problem is that you are in an ender chest when you're on it because it's not a full block in size. If I shift on the edge of it, I can dump level. But if I stand directly on it, then I'm considered to be in
Yeah.
the ender
Okay,
chest.
So if the ender chest is like 0.1 blocks below them, then they're
There we go. So
on.
now it works fine. It's
Uh.
just we need to change it so that instead of looking below them for the ender chest, we look at them.
I put it below by 0.1.
Should this allow players to still use the ender chest as an XP storage tank?
Sorry?
Look in game. Should players be able to use this ender chest?
Oh, I don't know. Should they?
I still can.
Yeah, but should
It's
they?
not like you can steal levels off somebody. You could potentially like inconvenience them slightly by nicking a few levels, but they can just get it back some other time with a. And this might be a nice, neat
Yeah.
way of doing it if people want to keep it like hidden.
Hiding it.
Why is it saying dump all? I'm not shifting.
We have the same messages reversed.
What about slaps?
But what? No, we don't. Do we? It was working earlier.
It's just saying dump level for me, no matter what I do.
And it's saying dump all for me, no matter what I do.
Sparks just wants to take a big dump, and I don't want to.
Oh, because we're not resetting XP sneak centimeter yet. Oh wait, yes we are. Are we?
We are.
No?
Line 5.
This is taking levels. Now it's taking all. Now it's taking levels. Take levels.
Level. Dump all.
Now it should take level, now it should take all. Yeah. Seems to be working for me.
Get off it a second, I'll try. Or blue can.
Dumping levels. Still dumping level. All.
If you shift, it does both. Or it does all, then level, then all again.
Oh, I need to step off to.
Is it?
Now it's locked to dump all for me.
You know what it is? It's because after you crouch and dump all, your crouch stat has gone up, but it's not set back to 0 because your walk is still 0. So it just, like, there's no not crouching, like, setting. It probably isn't an issue because if you've dumped all, then you've dumped everything. Right?
Yeah, but it
We
won't
can also-
return to dump level at all for me. No matter what I do.
Hang on, step off a second. So if I just walk on this now, it should say dump level. If I crouch, it'll say dump all. And now if I let go of crouch, it will continue to say dump all until I
Forever.
move. Or until
No,
I move and
forever.
crouch. Then it switches to dump
Nope.
level.
Yeah, for 1 sec.
What? That's kind of weird.
Transport's
Now-
the one who fixed our console stuff, so thank you, Transport.
Yes, thank you, Transport. I know why it's doing it. It's because
Tell us.
it's because if you are if you're not moving, like there is the crouch scoreboard doesn't go down when you're not crouching. So by
Oh.
letting go of shift, we have no way of telling that they've actually stopped crouching because we're not
We need to
resetting the
totally
crouch.
reset them at some point.
Sorry?
We need to totally reset them at some point.
Well, I think that once they move while crouching, it will reset. So like, I'm over here now, and if I walk on it again, it should just say dump level. Nope.
Nope.
In fact, now it's... Okay. So we have a resetting problem, basically, where it doesn't ever consider you to be not crouching anymore.
We just need to reset them regardless what. Regardless of
Maybe-
anything. Just resetting them.
Maybe Masoud's tag method
Yeah.
is easier at this point.
Yeah. Let's try that then.
Also, there's a lot of spam. We should change it to sound or something. Talra
Yeah.
title.
Special, let's change it to sound. It's a perfect timing to as well implement the XP checking. So we wanted to implement an XP checking like the XP book, but it wasn't meant to be a book anymore. And I think the best way of doing it is if you open an ender chest, it plays the amount of XP you've got in the ender chest as Morse code in sound to you. Who
Oh,
intended
that's
this?
perfect. I can't see chat. There's just too many dumps.
Yes. So how does the tag thing work?
I'm looking for it right now. You need to tag
so
to
when
see
they're-
if they...
At the very end of the main function, deposit mode check. At the very end, because this is everyone who's on an ender chest. Yeah, so here's they were on an ender chest when it runs, and then if the next time the clock runs around, if they have this tag and are sneaking, that means they were on the ender chest. Or wait, sorry, let me think. If they're not sneaking and they're on an ender chest, give them a tag that says so. If that tag is true the next time the clock runs around and then they're sneaking that time, then we're good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I've already removed the sneak centimeter from the init.
Alright.
I'll remove
Can
it.
you remove it from the world as
Yeah.
well?
Is less than 0. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I think.
I think 0 works as well because it only.
Yeah. As long as we don't reset it, as long as we set it back to 0 instead of resetting the number.
Okay.
Because we can't
Can't we?
or not.
Does
do-
that work for no score?
No, because you can't have a
No.
negative score.
Right.
I don't like having big scoreboards with just zeros in them, but I guess
There-
there's no way around.
There is a way to do it if you want, where you just check the entire range of the integer.
Oh. That's a good idea, whoever's typing. Special.
I don't remember my integer values.
I will look it up for you.
That's probably it.
I've got you covered with the integer values.
Oh, wait, that's a short value. Never mind.
Why are we doing this?
Because Blue wants to reset the number instead of setting it to 0.
Yeah, I don't want a scoreboard with all zeros in it and a ton of players in it.
Is that actually an issue?
I think. It
I don't
makes
think
the-
so.
It increases the world file size slightly, but by a couple bytes.
Probably. It will probably make it a bit slower, I think, because then the game has to. When a player has a score in a scoreboard, the game will have to check what the score is when checking for the score.
Okay, well, we can try that. So, if their sneaking score... If they have a sneaking score, basically... Oh, no. If they don't have a sneaking score, then we add was on ender chest.
Yes, so if they step on the ender chest and don't sneak, then we add them to our was on ender chest tag.
Okay.
This should already work, by the way.
But we're not resetting their sneak score anywhere.
Not yet.
I guess we do that next. Yeah, there. Nice typing, man.
I'm tired. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so that might work. We can try it. Pardon me.
Pardon you.
You're excused. Get out.
Now nothing's happening when I stand on this. Do we have an error?
Yep.
What's the error?
Oh.
What does it say? Whilst parsing command online, invalid integer 248. It needs to be 247.
Yeah. I could have sworn the positive was one bigger than the min. Than the negative, though.
Still nothing.
Done nothing, you say? Really?
Yeah.
Passed without errors this time? Did it?
So is that a
No,
score
it
not
didn't.
matching?
Oh,
Invalid
over
document.
players reset. Found it. We forgot players in our reset.
Oh. Right.
We're just resetting everything.
Oh, there was the. You could do like reset star and reset every player on every scoreboard, and that's really destructive.
Oh, can we change the sprint messages?
That seems to be
Does it
working.
work now, though?
Yeah, worked for me.
It doesn't like me. There we go.
Sparks, can you open those two functions? Dump all and dump level.
This one. And this one.
I think we can get rid of those says now.
Yeah. Okay. Hooray.
Alright, now for the actual XP reading.
Yeah.
So what I was saying earlier, special, I don't know whether you've listened.
A little bit.
So the disadvantage of using that NBT for removing all their levels is that we need to store the NBT value in some scoreboard. For that reason, we might as well use the total XP scoreboard criteria option that there is, but we need a scoreboard anyways, because if you think ahead for the dump level scoreboard, we'll need a scoreboard to store our level XP query into. So we could save one scoreboard by creating a dummy scoreboard using the MBT total XP, storing it into that XP computation scoreboard, and then removing that amount of XP points. Because then we can use the same XP point removal algorithm for both the dump level and the dump all, which will just be remove XP points until the score of XP computation is 0.
Okay.
Silence.
Well, do you want to... You're the one who seems to understand this bit, so why don't you start?
Alright, so we need a scoreboard.
I'll let you type.
Scoreboard objectives. We'll now add a scoreboard that's temporarily used for computation and storage of the XP points of a player, and then we'll write a function that is called by the dump all or dump level functions, and that function will just read that scoreboard value and remove one of that scoreboard value, as well as removing an XP point from the player, until the scoreboard value is 0. And the difference between dump all and dump level will be that dump all writes the entire XP points to that scoreboard, and dump level just writes the number of XP points in the level to the scoreboard. So we can use just one algorithm, which will be quite efficient, I think.
I have a question. It's going to be an annoying question because then we have to think about it. Can we now make it so that players who change their name don't lose their stored XP by assigning an ID per player? Because we might be able to actually...
Not easily.
I suppose you can't tell who the player was.
Yeah. The only way to be able to fix that would be to edit player NBT. Which...
Yeah, which we can't.
That's a no.
Okay, never mind then. XP calc, okay. Sounds good. I'll add that
What
in
should we
game as well.
call? What should we call the
Sounds better than
function that
Calc
does
2.
the point removing?
Point loop, removal loop.
But we need to make sure that it doesn't sound like we're removing XP from the ender chest. I was gonna go for XP remove algorithm, but that sounds like taking XP from the ender chest again.
Just XP loop or something. Hi Horizon. Glad we can make you feel dumb, because I'm sure we're feeling pretty dumb at this point
We are.
too.
New file. I didn't want to open testback. New file. XP deposit loop MC function. You guys gonna have to reopen your
Yep, I've done it.
file thing.
You can view it via me now.
Alright, so we'll first work on the dump function. And that function, it will just tell the deposit, XP deposit loop, how much it should remove. So this dump will just say, take the total XP MBT tag and store it into our XP calc scoreboard. In fact, in that case, we might not even need a separate function for this dump all, but we'll have to see. Execute store result score s run xp query des a special.
Yeah.
Can you do the execute store part for taking the total XP NBT tag that's on the player and storing it into gm4 underscore XP underscore calc?
Let me find that thing again. The tag.
Because I can't do that, and I will do. In the meanwhile, I will do the other part, the level style.
All right, sounds good.
Run XP query.
To the
Spots, if you not take a look at dump underscore level.
Dump level. Yep.
Dump level will now run execute command, which stores its result in the XP calc scoreboard.
Yeah.
And that
That's how
result
much
will
is
be the amount of XP points in the level the player is currently on.
Yeah.
And now we need to add 1 to that scoreboard, so I will just add a fake player into the gm4 underscore XP underscore calc.
Can't we
That's
just
called
scoreboard players add?
No, you can't, because you need a player, right? You can only add 2 players. You can't add an integer.
But
what?
Can't you just add 1 to the result?
Oh, yeah. That's...
Instead of using operation.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Add 1.
Never mind. Scoreboard players. Add.
So apparently, the XP total NBT tag is the total experience orbs collected by the player over time
Oh no.
as a cumulative total. But that's used for
Oh, wait,
the score
it
shown when you
counts the
die.
experience?
Yeah.
Orbs, not the points?
Well, it counts the points, but if you lose points, it does not decrement. That's how the game
that's the issue.
calculates
Then
the
we'll have to
score on
do-
the death screen. So we can't use
Oh.
that. We have to do something
Yeah,
else.
then we'll have to do another scoreboard. So, we can still do just one subtraction algorithm though.
Yeah.
So Sparks this now sets their score on the XP calc to their points and level +1. The +1 is just to make it so if you only did the points on the level, then they would still stay on the same level. So we need to remove that zeroth, the last point.
Zeroth. Yeah. Okay. So then we run the function to remove, the loop function, right?
Yep. Now I'm wondering, should we call that? We could also put that loop function into main and only run. That's inefficient. I think calling it here is fine, right?
Yeah.
We are already executing as someone, right?
Yeah, but we do want to do execute.
Execute. Then.
Execute
type.
if score matches score G4 XP calc. Oh my god. XP calc matches that. Right? Because if they have no XP, then we don't want to run the
We
loop.
don't need to. Yeah. But just no sparks. This will have to go into the loop and not out here, because. Oh well. We could include this check somewhere.
This only happens if people are crouching over an XP
All right, it's fine.
chest, right? It's not running all the
Yep.
time.
XP. Pause it. I was gonna say that we might include this check earlier, so only do the entire crouching check and stuff if they actually have XP on them, but we only compute the XP while you're here, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay.
I'm switching to the XP deposit loop. Oh, you're already there.
Yep.
You're fast.
If score matches Wait, is it XP calc?
It's gm4 underscore XP underscore calc.
Are we removing from that scoreboard? Like, that's the one we're counting down from, right?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna count one down and subtract one XP point from them until they have 0 left. Until they have 1 left, I think. Or do that.
So this will continue to loop this function until their XP calc is 0.
Yep, sounds good. So we're gonna do XP. Let me do this in game.
Can you, like, break away from my cursor?
I can.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I'm away from the cursor.
Yeah, you are.
You're free.
Free.
You're free, Blue. Be free.
This should do it.
Should dump all just run dump level until there's no levels? So instead of doing, so you know how earlier you said, like, okay, if we do a scoreboard of how many points to remove from the player, and then have an algorithm later that just removes that number of points, could we instead for dump all just have it loop through dump level until the player?
Well, I think you could just call XP underscore on deposit underscore loop, and that would work as well. You don't need to run through the dump level thing anymore. Just write the total amount of XP the player has into that scoreboard and then call XP underscore deposit underscore loop.
How do we get the total XP?
Can't.
We had that scoreboard thing. Right?
No, you can't get total point.
We can get total points
I
for
don't
a
think.
level.
I'm looking for a way.
Didn't
But
you guys say that the XP scoreboard
No.
we had earlier gave us the total
That's
points?
No.
points to the next level, or
Points in level.
from, yeah.
Yeah, then we can just
Like-
loop over the level, dump level.
Which is unfortunate. I thought there was a thing, but Crothers, the scoreboard gives the same value as if you do XP query points.
Yeah, I think we should do dump level until there are no levels left. But in that case, we need to rewrite dump level a bit, right? And make it loopable.
I guess so.
We
And if
could
we
use
call
the formula, but that's not
If
fun.
if we we can do all of this in one tick, right? It doesn't. It's not
Yep.
like the query will be wrong until the next tick.
Nope. So I think what we're gonna do is we will rewrite dump to be loopable, and if we call dump level for an ordinary
remove
player
one
that's not
level.
sneaking, we just tell it only do it once. So we need another scoreboard, I
Yeah.
think. That stores the amount of levels we want to remove in the batch, basically.
No.
Yeah.
No?
What? No.
No?
We don't have to do that. I don't think. Because dump level is just so dump level will remove one level from the player into the scoreboard, right?
Yep. Yep.
And then the deposit, the dump all will just run dump level if the player still has at least one level.
Oh yeah,
Run
we can
dump all again.
I see what you're doing. We can like do the looping part inside your dump all
Yeah.
function. Cool, let's do that then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dump all is run function dump level.
What scoreboard are we using? Calc again.
What's this for?
To run the function loop again, to loop it.
Just
Yeah, you don't need a scoreboard. Just check for a level. There's actually a selector
Okay, yeah. Well, fair enough.
for once.
Can you do if at s and then argument?
Yep, you can.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
score is
if entity. I have it right here.
yeah.
Oh, well,
I
fair
have it
enough
right
then.
here.
Yeah.
So if there's a little less than one level, or well, yeah, we could have it at 0. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, and if they have like a quarter of a level left, they will have to unsneak eventually, and then it will
If-
go.
Does their level get smaller than 0? Won't this always run?
Not if they're level 0. Let me check.
This is gonna run whether it's 0 or more.
0.
We only want to run it if the level is 1 or more, right?
Yes, you're right. So the player couldn't remove those last 17 points.
No. Well, they could by just
Well, no,
not
yes, they
sneaking,
would.
right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That would yes. Correct.
yeah. It's still faster than having to enter each level individually. But yeah, if you just stop sneaking, it'll soak up the last dregs, I guess.
Do we have a notation for fake players yet?
We don't, I think. Well, I don't think. Vary points. 6 points at -7.
Special, can you type something in the chat so I can moderate you?
Here's the thing. We need to make a decision, a really important one.
Mm-hmm.
The lightning storm outside. Let me unplug my laptop. So, our current algorithm, if the XP level is 0, then if the XP level, let's say they have 1 level, right?
Yeah.
So we query the amount of their XP and it will return 6. That's just the 7. That's the amount a player has on 1 level, exactly 1 level.
Yeah, okay.
Now we add 1 to that value, which makes our removal value 8. And we remove 8 points from them, but they only have 7, because they're on the last level. The levels don't go negative.
Yeah.
So essentially, players now gain 1 XP point if they dump their last level.
This is
out
true.
of thin air. But is it important? It is true, but
I'm
is
gonna
it important?
say no.
I think if we use a loop and we're using a loop and dump level, right? Because we have to remove 1 point until we've removed enough points that's equal to how many they have in that level.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just gonna give them 1 XP point extra for dumping their last level.
last is in highest or last is in lowest?
Last as in, if they dump their level, if they dump their entire XP, once they dump the last point, they get 1 point out of thin air. So you could technically deposit 1 point in the end and just go beneath it. You will get 2 out, go on top, and you will get 3 stored.
That's what's not.
Yeah. Also, I just realized that we don't have any like recursion checking. We need to make sure that players don't trigger if
I'm
they're above
adding that
and below.
Ball.
Sorry?
Say that one more time.
What did you say?
Envelope above. You said something about being above and below.
Yeah,
I said I'm adding recursion failsafes.
Okay, good. Oh, right. That's this thing down here.
Yeah.
Why is this on...
So that way, if
This is an infinite recursion failsafe.
yes, so if for some reason they have infinite levels, it will stop at some point, or if something else goes wrong, like if for some reason their level value is non-existent and it doesn't stop running.
Don't we normally just not run the deposit stuff if they are above and below 1? People were teleporting themselves into a 1-block gap between the two as well, right? Did that do a thing?
Sorry?
I swear there was some bug before where people were placing... look at Minecraft a second. They were doing this. Oops. And then teleporting themselves into the gap between those two. And it was like duplicating XP.
Well, as long as because they're now separate literally functions. It should be okay because in the main it goes run through deposit, and then
So I guess it prioritizes.
yeah, because it'll deposit everything, or it'll run its depositing stuff, and then it will run the
So I guess it'll loop, and they'll be getting XP out as they put it in, but it won't duplicate anything.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Not at least if we do it right. We'll have to check that. Yeah,
Also, we can.
so the command's not done.
They shouldn't get XP if they teleport themselves onto this ender chest. We need to make sure that they only retrieve XP if the ender chest is above their head and not in their head.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we can do that because if their head is in the XP in the ender chest, the spot above their head is still an ender chest.
But then we can just raise that spot above a bit more so that.
Mizo, Special Builder says the command is wrong. You only specified the objective, not the selector.
Yeah, I only haven't finished writing it yet. I have to
Okay.
figure out if we have a standard for fake players, or make it model the standard we used in custom crafting, whatever that was.
We don't have a GM4 prefix for fake players if they're in a scoreboard that is a Gamemode 4 scoreboard. Or like if they're in a scoreboard where
Okay.
no other module would be using that scoreboard.
All right. Sparks knows what he's talking. Just him.
So no GM4 prefix, basically. Unless you're using some kind of global scoreboard.
I don't think we have any global scoreboards, do we?
In the 2.0 standard we do. We have things like GM4 D, I think, which is for just quick calculation stuff. I don't know if any modules actually use it, but it was defined as a thing.
All right.
So we need a special case for the last level, for level 0, basically.
Yeah, we do.
How can we do that? This removes one level. I need to go into deposit mode check. So this entire part, the upper part, should only run if they have at least 2 levels. No, damn, that's false. XP deposit loop should only run if they have at least 2 levels, and if not, it should switch to a different special case thing. And this is super easy. I think I've done the special case.
Okay, that's good.
What's a reasonable maximum number of levels to assume a player will have? 600?
666?
I don't know. Why are you putting a max in for the failsafe?
For the
As the
failsafe,
failsafe. What's a number high enough to assume that a player will never have?
I suppose if they had it,
that
it
we
would
can
just
cut it off
remove.
at.
It would just remove that many, stop, and then in the next cycle remove the next batch. So it wouldn't actually break it.
Point. Yeah. Actually, I'll just set it to 1,000. That seems.
That seems like an insane amount where somebody might do it just so they can see their XP being dumped in 2 cycles.
Set it to 500 special. That's safer.
All right.
If you have 500 levels, expect it to take a while.
Hero, we weren't planning on using operators because the calculation that the game uses is piecewise, and that's just ugly. So we're trying to do it without them.
Where did we do the part where we add 1 to the retrieved score? Dump level? Yeah, dump level. Survival. I hate that you need to double escape sometimes when you want to go out of commands. Huh. So what will this do? It will do XP query S points, which will give me 0. Then we'll add 1 to that and remove that XP point. The stream is currently really silent for the viewers. We're sorry, but I think all of us are thinking really hard.
I'm working on XP withdrawal.
Hello again, Vanilla Burp.
Hey VB! It's VB! We're working on XP storage and withdrawal. Scoreboard objectives. No, scoreboard players. Remove at SGM4 stored.
Oh, by the way, we should... Do we... Yeah, we should actually store the XP that we remove from a player.
That's a good idea.
That should go into XP deposit loop, I think.
So
What's our XP storage?
happens?
Go what? Stored XP. Damn it. Okay, I think I added our special case for the last level. So now we only add that one fake XP point if and only if the player is not on level 0.
I need to look up some MBT data for the XP orb.
It's value, Sparks.
Is it capital V?
Value column. Capital V, yeah.
And is that a byte? Or does it not matter? Probably
Should be a short,
Should be short.
but you're setting it so it doesn't matter.
For some things it does.
Not for setting.
There are
Would
some
matter.
MBTs where you have to set it with the type.
Oh, float. You're right. There's floats.
Like auto has to be 1B, 1 doesn't work.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But in this case, it looks like it's fine to summon it without a byte type. Okay, so store XP. That should work if they have.
I reloaded it.
What is that
reloading
horrible
again.
noise? Someone being
That was
punched.
me attacking you.
It doesn't do the storing for me at all, but
Did you reload?
there's an arrow. It's in. It's a long arrow. Withdraw.mc function, line 3, position 39. Illegal argument. Oh, I think you're missing. Sparks, you're still missing the selectors in your score stuff.
Selectors?
Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to put that S?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, you need the selector.
Oops. There's one down here as well.
Reloading again.
No, special sound editing.
That's fine. I saved it. You're good. It made it in time.
But there's another one here.
I think. The command's the same. I just like experience better.
Alright, fine. Is it
Reloading.
loading now?
Did you guys save?
Yes.
Can someone save? Alright, I'm reloading. Waiting for my console to give me an output. There's still an error.
On the scoreboard part.
Withdraw.
Players.
Scoreboard.
Fixed it. It was player, not players.
Alright, I'm reloading.
Sorry, VB, you'll have to wait. We'll be done in a little bit. You have to stay here and play with us instead.
Yeah, you gotta share sparks. Sheesh.
There's another
These
error.
hours for these 2 hours.
Special, we get the same error again with scoreboard. In line 4, position 61.
Oh, yeah, Deadly Hunter has a good point. I mistyped. That should be that.
Right, saving, and I'm reloading.
And that should also be that. Now you need to reload again. Sorry.
Reloading again. Why isn't it telling me Gamemode 4 stuff anymore when I type reload? Oh,
If you're not in creative.
It's still not working.
Let me check the function. The console. The console finished without any errors.
Okay, so there's just something wrong with my system then.
Does this work? The dumpling of XP doesn't work either. There's a flaw somewhere.
Either main isn't running or... Wait, why has main got nothing in it anymore? Oh, right,
Main
no,
has
that's main
deposit.
only has the one thing, yeah. Deposit mode check.
If you want withdrawal to work, you gotta put thing in main. Nothing's running withdrawal yet.
You're right, it's under deposit, because I thought deposit was main, because usually main has more stuff in it.
Something is missing in dump level, isn't it?
I don't know. So first,
Oh, there's...
yeah, I think there was something wrong with that. It was just I was trying to fix it earlier. I guess it did. Store result. Oh, that's why. Oh wait, store result score at S calc run XP. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
should
right,
work.
isn't it? Alright, I'm reloading it then.
You haven't saved dump all yet.
That's fine.
Now I have.
So now it's putting 1 XP in every cycle. Blue.
Yeah, and that's not what it's supposed to do, right?
Withdrawing still isn't working. Damn.
We made a mistake with our looping somewhere.
Oops. Interesting.
Why is it only inputting 1 XP every cycle, but?
I don't know.
Because it should store my amount of points on the scoreboard in line 5.
I can't stream much longer, guys. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
Suck it up,
I think this is
Buttercup.
going to take a little while still.
Why is it? Huh. Maybe Mizard is helping us out here. Mizard is like a cheat.
That's interesting. Are you
So
storing...
dump level.
Dump all isn't working at all special.
Oh, okay, give me a second.
Oh, I see.
Dump level first gets the points in their current level,
Yep.
then adds 1.
That's one, yeah. For good measure.
Okay. Then runs deposit loop. Deposit loop removes 1 point, removes 1 from their value, adds 1 to their stored value, and unless it's got hit 0, run this function again.
We need to namespace this though. Experience?
It's removing 5
It's,
every pulse instead of every tick, obviously, I guess.
I know. When their chat is so spammy.
Yeah, sorry, I'll remove that.
I'm
I
contributing
should
to this
replace it
spam.
with the title.
Oh, thanks.
Now it works.
Oh, and blue did another thing. Great.
Special, now it works for some reason.
Namespacing might have been the issue.
I stopped the spam. Yeah, it's now removing a level at a time.
Trying to work out how we can get
Ouch.
the withdrawal
You're so
to
rude.
be... How we can get the withdrawal to be once a tick instead of once a cycle.
Oh, you mean
Put it
you're
in the pulse check thing.
putting a pulse check.
So it's also it's taking away 1 level and 1 point at a time for me.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to do.
Also,
special.
Really?
Yes, because otherwise you don't hit the next level.
Yeah, but it puts me down below it. Like it puts me at like 5 points from the top.
It should like remove all the points you've got on level plus an extra one.
Yeah, but it's doing that and 1 more.
One more? What? I'm really confused by this by now.
Okay, see if I can see it again.
Alright, so what were we doing
So like,
here?
give yourself 10 levels and stand on top, and you can see the end of the bar slowly going down as it goes further.
Yes, because it's removing 1 additional point to put you in. Do we even need that? So the reason for that 1 additional point that's removed special, the higher reason for it was originally, if you set yourself to, let's say, 10 levels. Exactly, right?
You have 0 in the thing.
You have 0 in the thing, and if you now query how much you have 0 in the thing. And then it will remove 0, so I want to make it so that it removes 1 more to put you in the next level to give you the proper amount of points for the next level.
Okay.
-1, but that's fine.
It only needs to do that if your XP is 0, though.
Withdrawal seems to be working. I don't know if the
I
values are
guess
correct.
so. I
but-
guess we could only limit it to.
Don't forget to set an age on the XP orbs. The sparks, otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sparks, are you keeping in mind that the XP orbs are just decorational?
Yeah, they have a value of 0.
Great.
I'm not actually
they're at the
giving it
feet,
with
not the
XP
head.
orbs.
Alright, special. I will
Oh.
make it so that the adding 1 only happens if you have a score of 0. Right?
thing.
What will it do though? But why should we only do it if it's at 0?
So that way it brings them down into the full level value. Because otherwise you get that awkward slidey thing.
Yes, but that way it's gonna remove the entire XP.
Blue, could you
Yeah.
not stand under me for a second?
Well, oh. If you go to dump underscore level,
Huh?
line 6 is where it adds that additional. The first thing with this entry check, it's just the special case for when you have 0 levels, otherwise we're gonna give them a free point.
Yeah.
Seems to be fixed with the age thing.
Special did a thing. I'm reloading.
It fixed
Oh, I
it.
like the withdrawal. Does it empty your entire bar though, special?
No. It leaves it at the top. So instead of the bar slowly creeping down.
Yeah, but can you get to 0 now?
Yeah. Because when you're at 0 levels and some points, it does it.
Oh, I see. Now
Yeah.
it like
Because you still have points.
now it sets you to the top of the level first, and then it removes levels at a time, and then the
Yeah.
last one. Oh, that's fine then. Dump all doesn't work here.
It's doing weird things for me where sometimes the bar doesn't look entirely full, or I get to a level but the bar is empty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting down at 100. I'm starting at 100 and depositing and seeing how much it...
My
Goes
XP seems
down.
to be slowly dropping, like the fullness of the bar.
Yeah. That's what we were trying to fix a second ago. Because it's removing one more than you have in a full level.
Oh, that gives XP so much faster though. 5 times faster, one might say.
Oh, I know why
Aha.
that is. That's a special. The shifting now is a visual effect only,
Really?
I think. Because we now only remove what the level has and not 1 point more, but then the percentage changes because the level has a different total amount.
That might be it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because when I started at a full
When you
level,
start
all
at
the
a
way at the
full,
top,
you stay
it
at a
didn't
full.
shift down at all.
Yep. But if you start
I
at
give
something
myself
in
10.
between, it changes a bit.
Yeah, because the scale falls.
Yep. It basically zooms in.
Deadly Hunter, we will be putting the total stored in the action bar, but when you open an enter chest.
We're not sure about that
we
yet.
could save on a scoreboard by just having it when you stand on top and underneath it shows.
I guess so. First, we need to fix the dump all. Why is this not working? Executive score. Dump all counter. Matches 500 if entity level is at least 1. Run dump all.
Oh, we are getting an issue though with the depositing. I see what Sparks was saying.
What is it?
If you have, so I have 100 points, which is just like halfway across 7 levels.
Yep.
And if I stand on it, it first removes those halfway. So I'm at 6 levels in a full bar. Do it again. it drops down to 6 empty. Do it again is 5 and a little bit. Although, 1 minute, that might be because that's where the piecewise function jumped. Let me check that.
However, I've been putting in and taking out for a while now, and I don't seem to be gaining or losing any XP that I can tell.
I think the
Positive
shifting is
gives
just
you
visual.
1 extra points. Yeah, I don't like it, but it's, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no,
the way-
I'm gaining XP. I'm very slowly
Oh.
gaining XP.
It gives you
It
gives you 1 extra point
once
every time you
cycle.
deposit. So we need to fix that.
Why do you get that where do you get that extra point from? Forma adding, I guess.
From the top or from the bottom?
Can I just go what players set? Classics no. XP stored.
Oh, yeah, I think the XP bar thing is the visual thing. I encountered this in the liquid tanks with the XP. So sometimes, like, what is it? Sometimes if you remove a level, like, you can have a full bar and level 6, or an empty bar and level 7, and you have the same number of total points, which is weird.
Yeah, I think the shifting is visual, but still apparently we're creating XP.
The question is it from the top or the bottom?
That's weird. So Sparks, I just set myself to 100 in the XP stored Scobot,
Yeah.
and I got 9 experience. Oh, that's on the level I'm currently at. Never mind. I need to kill my. Damn it! How do I see how many points I have in total?
I don't know.
Game rule: keep inventory on. I will kill myself.
No, just you can XP set at S0 levels.
Will that change his MBT counter?
Will that
That's what
tell
he's
me how
trying
many
to do.
points I have?
Say that again?
I need to know how many points I have in XP accurately without using a setup.
Just set yourself to 0, give yourself a certain number, and you know that's how many you have.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah, but I have a certain amount of points, and I want to know how many those are.
I think killing yourself's the way to do it, Blue, and then check your MBT. Oh, we have undead players installed.
I guess I'm just not.
We have
Okay.
undead players installed?
Ah!
Yeah, we've got a bunch of updated modules on
Oh,
you.
that's right, yeah. I didn't remember working on that one, but I guess one of you guys did it.
Alright, so now I will XP set it as 0 levels, 0 points. Now I will give myself on the scoreboard XP 100. Walk into the thing. Oh, but will it count that? Because it's 0.0 value XP orbs.
Good question. Check your MBT. If it's 0, then it doesn't work.
What are we
Did I
trying
get-
to do?
You did just kill a zombie while he was collecting that XP, so he may now have more if he picked it up instead of
I
you.
was far enough away.
Okay.
I was far away enough. Whatever. Alright, so my. What's the tech call special? XP
For
total.
what?
My XP total is 200. But I gave myself 100 levels in the stored XP. Does it double it? If I kill myself again, dude.
That is a cumulative value.
Crothers says, I put 100 on my scoreboard and I had 100 points above the level 666 when before I set it, so the quarry got out 0, then 100. That makes no sense. Oh, query.
Why are we mining stone?
I'm doing the killing myself thing again.
He's saying he set his level to 666, which has enough space to store 100 points. Then he gave himself 100 levels from the 100 points from the XP Ender chest, and his query said 100 points in that level. So what he's saying is it does work. You want to do a number that is not divisible by 5, though. You want to give yourself like 102 or something to check that it works when you have less than 5 levels as well.
By the way, there's also XP MBT tech called XPP, and I don't know what it does, but it might be the XP.
That's
total.
that's pretty much XP across the bar. It's points to the next. It's points towards the next level.
Why is XP so messy in this game? So my XP total is still 200, even though I killed my.
You cut out there, Blue.
My XP total is still 200, even though I killed myself.
I see.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on the tags.
So Crothers is testing it his own way anyway, and he seems to get it working. So said 103, got 103. So we're pretty sure withdrawing is working fine.
Then we need
Okay,
to
1 minute.
deposit.
I give myself 3 points.
So depositing is causing the scaling issue, not withdrawal, basically.
Yeah. Because I just gave myself 3 points and it dropped off 4. If I give myself 10.
I gave myself
First
5
one
and it
should
dropped
be-
off 6.
First one should be.
Why is it making that mistake there? Yeah, it seems to.
Okay, so it's on the first one, whatever the first one is.
Does it do
Give
it
the first.
per deposit, or does it do it per
It-
level special?
It does it for the. I think it's doing it for me. It did it the first. The first one did. So if I do because if I do 10 points, right, that is 3 points above 1 level. So as I go over the first time, it removes 4 points.
Yes. If you do it a second time.
I'm querying myself how much. Yeah, so I have 6 left. Which is correct.
I think we should wrap this stream up in a couple minutes if we can't fix it now.
Oh,
Wait,
I think I know.
now?
I think I know what
Now
it's
I-
doing, Blue. So you know
Yeah,
how it
go-
adds
go.
an extra point, right?
Yeah.
So on the last level, because usually what it does is it takes away all you have in your current level and 1, so you have
Yes.
mostly full bar for the next time around. On the last level, that last point can't be removed.
Yeah, but I thought I've implemented a fix for that. If you look into dump level, there's that level equals 0 check. So it only adds that 1 point if the player isn't on the last level. I thought.
Apparently, that's not. Oh, I know why. Because we also put that scores check in here.
It's an and. You're doing an and instead of a...
Yeah, instead of it or.
Yeah.
Sparks is really hungry, so we need to get this working special. Before
I'm
he starts
working
eating
on
any
it.
tests or something.
Actually, what would happen if you did that? Would you like be half Enderman? Could you teleport, or could you just insert food directly into your stomach? You could re-eat your food because you could pull it out
You could take it out
from
of
the
any other test.
interdimensional chest.
Oh,
You could eat the chocolate cake over and over again.
special. The real question is, would you need to go to a toilet ever again?
I
Oh
wouldn't
my
want to
God.
pull it out directly, that's for sure.
Or could you just pull it out of an ender chest? I'm giving myself 30 points and hopping onto an ender chest. Now it gets stuck. Now it just removes the level and then it gets stuck at 0 points. Have we reloaded already? Yeah,
I reloaded. It seemed to work for me.
I just got stuck at 3 and 0 points on my bar. Yeah, I get stuck at 0 points then after one
What
cycle.
do you start at?
I started at 30 points in total.
Oh, here, that's another issue then. Because that is 1 point. Or wait, that is like exactly 1 point above the thing. So when it removes one, it sets you down to an even level.
Oh yeah, I see. Huh. Defined by specialist typing. Huh, how do we fix that then?
So if, okay,
Oh, if I have exactly 10 levels,
it doesn't do
Yeah,
it.
does it
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it?
you get stuck.
we just found that. That's what we just fixed. That's what we just created. The bug.
Okay.
Welcome to the server, Tofi.
Huh.
Huh.
Bye, Toffee. He left. So
Huh.
when
How
they're
do we
on a
fix
full,
this?
we always want to remove all of the points in their current bar plus 1, so the next bar isn't full. If the
Yeah.
current bar is already at 0, then do we want to remove 1 anyway? So maybe we don't need this if points is 0. What was the point of that?
You wanted to do that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember why. That was like 7 minutes ago.
You didn't want to add one if they had no levels left, I guess? No.
No, that's a different check.
Oh, okay.
Because that's already in there.
You want to do it to stop the sliding, I think. But it
That
didn't
wouldn't
stop
have
the
fixed the
sliding.
sliding though.
Oh yeah, you said it's fixed the sliding because it removes until you get to an even level, and if they are an even level, we don't take that extra point away anymore, fixing the sliding.
I think what my brain was saying is if they're at an even level,
Don't take a single point away anymore. Let's just
I think
remove
what my
this one.
brain was going is if the bar is full but they're not at the next one, then do it.
I'm reloading this now.
Okay. Yeah. See if that fixes it. Misode, the does slide, and it slides, we think, because weird scaling issues, because the number of points per level changes as it goes down. So if you have a partial level, it's like
Now it
weird.
works, but it leaves me with 1 XP point. That it can't retrieve from me.
Doesn't do that for me.
You need to set yourself to 30 points. Again. Why is 30 such a stupid number?
I'll be back in just a sec, guys.
Sure. Sparks is so hungry, he's gonna
Talk amongst
go
yourselves.
and eat furniture.
No, I was just trying to work out like what's going on with food.
Have luck? Yeah, it can't retrieve the last point from me.
That's weird.
But why can't it? What is it thinking? So, alright, it's removing. Now it removed the last point from me. But I got 30 points
Oh,
stored
it's
as well.
because it says I have 0 experience points.
Oh, don't we have a point anymore, but it's just weird scaling.
Or visual glitches. Well, okay. Because it's stored 20.
Now it works for me.
Did I miss anything exciting?
We think it's a visual glitch. The thing where it can't remove the last point.
A visual glitch.
So laggy.
I'm getting frame drops.
So
Yeah.
am I.
Why?
No.
I don't know. Shroomite isn't installed. So, but special, if I get the visual, maybe visual glitch, it only deposits 29 instead of 30 points for me, even though I had 30.
Yeah.
So what happened with that point?
No, you've gone.
Yeah, I'm reloading to see
Okay.
if it's visual.
I reloaded too.
XP query add as points. Yeah, it says I have 0
0 points.
points. That is so weird. So I have 0 points, but I don't have 0 points.
So visually.
It's Schrodinger's experience.
So you can see experience.
I can see like a little sliver.
What happens if you try and deposit? Does it
It
does
doesn't
your
work.
stored amount?
So
okay.
you can you can reproduce the sparks.
So
Set your
here's
experience to 0 and then add 30 points to your experience bar.
So here's the thing. My NBT says I have one point on the bar and 0 levels. But query says I have 0 points. So
You should now
my
have
guess
about 3 level sparks, right?
server side I have 0 points. But client side I have 1. I don't know. Let me bring up
Cannot set experience.
NBT Explorer.
You need to do XP at 30 points.
If you're at 0, you have to add.
Okay, 3 and a bit.
Which is
Alright.
weird.
Now look, you got 3 in a bit. Hop onto the ender chest. You will deposit 29. And now you have a sliver of XP. You can't remove that, but if you do XP query, it says you have 0 points. And special just.
But your NBT says you have 1.
Really? Is the
Yeah,
NBT
so I'm trying to see
behind by 1? Like.
I'm trying to check that. I'm looking at my server-side player data, seeing if it matches what the game's reporting, and if it does, then I think we should, instead of querying XP with experience command, which that seems to be somehow unreliable, we just pull directly from NBT.
Relogging doesn't make the last point retrievable either.
But we can't withdraw from MBT, can we? Because it's not a.
It's not XP count.
It's the same as the XP. It'll be the same as XP query.
Okay.
But if you die.
Am I 22,844? That's me. Oops, I just downloaded a file. I don't want my player data, thank you very much.
Oh, you're talking about the other MBT tag, right? Not the XP total, but the XPP or whatever it was called.
Well, XP total, which is the same as points query. Or no, sorry, not XP total. That one. Whatever. That's the one. Whatever you said a second ago.
XPP.
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 I think.
That's an interesting thing we've discovered. One of hundreds.
Why is everything so laggy?
That's a good question.
Does that mean I can't remove? I can't give myself -1 now?
You cannot get rid of that point with commands, we think. Prove us
why
wrong.
is X? Okay, so
I can remove it with give -1 experience points.
Wait, what?
It says
I may have found it. XPP is a float. I have 0.1. I have 0.142 point.
Oh, I know what it is special. So the weird shifting we're experiencing, it isn't a pure optical thing. XP is apparent. If it's a float, then XP might be stored as a float, and
oh my god!
As a consequence of that, we can get fractions of XP points.
Why?
And the querying only outputs integers.
Why?
That's ridiculous.
Why would
That's really ridiculous.
Store that as a.
And everybody who made it to this point in the stream recording, we are as confused as you are. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm looking at the player dat formula thing. Okay, in the NBT there is XP level. The level shown on the XP bar. XPP is a float and the progress percent across the XP bar to the next level. So
But why do we
maybe
even
not
get
the
in?
point.
Why do we even get into the floats? Because if we
Because that's so that's a percent. So that's the percentage across the bar that it is,
Oh, okay.
not the number of points you have. The problem now I have is, where does it store points? Does it not store points?
But how do we get into the weird fraction XP values when we only work with integers? Because integers are a closed group, as you would say algebraically.
I don't know.
You can't
I
go
don't
into
know.
non-integers with just integers without
If you have
dividing.
math
Dividing
errors.
is
You have math
not
errors,
allowed.
overflows and stuff.
Overflows. Does it round?
Okay.
Maybe it rounds
So,
when it calculates your new percentage on the bar. And
I have an
So-
unfortunate view of Bluefire right now.
It's looking like the points are not stored on the player. Just at all.
Deadly Hunter is saying we could scale the score while storing it. I don't know whether it will actually scale properly because it's not a store command, it's a query, right?
so storing as a float, but outputs as a different data.
Okay. So it doesn't store as a float. I don't know if it stores it at all. I can't find a place that stores how many points you have.
But how
At all.
do we get like?
Unless the only thing that I can think of at this point is that it doesn't store your point value, and that it instead
Stores
takes
the percentage.
the points that you earn, stores it into a percentage across the bar, and when that percentage hits 100, gives you another level.
Oh my god.
And that
Which
might
would
as
be
well.
stupid.
I mean,
But that explains the shifting we saw, special.
That would
because
explain the shifting.
Imagine the following. I don't know whether
I-
you've seen the shifting the same as me. If I start on half a level, it then changed me to about full level, and then it slowly moved down by ever so slightly. And if you now imagine you've got a level with, let's say, 7 points on it, and you take 0.9 times that level, and then you show that, and now you've got a level with 6 points on it, and you do 0.9 that, it moves down ever so slightly. That would explain the visuals we saw.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the MCC Discord, where they know much more about everything that I do, and be help senpai.
okay. This
is really
technically works, right? We just have a slight...
We get an extra point somewhere.
No, we don't.
No, we don't anymore. It works.
We
it's just
don't.
a
Oh,
visual.
not anymore?
Well,
That's
what, sort
gone?
of a visual...
We don't
Okay,
get an extra
so
point
it works,
anymore.
but
You
it's
just,
disgusting.
Exactly.
You just have a ghost point on you at the end if you're.
We still need to display how many points you have.
Yeah, it's true. And maybe make a play sound when you're depositing.
Yes, that too.
This is ever so weird. If it does the weird percentage storing thing and doesn't store it in points, that's stupid. So, shall we end the stream here, or should we continue, Sparks? How does your stomach feel?
How loud is it?
I don't know. Is there anything we haven't shown before with play sounds or tell rules? I think we've shown that kind of stuff before, so it's just going to be a case of adding them, right? There should be no surprises. This isn't Bedrock.
Well,
we thought there
besides
were
this
no
whole XP
surprises
point
with
thing.
XP points.
Yes, I know. But yeah, we could probably finish up here. We've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Well, let's finish up here then, and we'll keep you guys well informed about the weirdness of XP points.
Yeah, we'll tweet about it. One of us at least. Maybe special, and I'll retweet because this is weird.
Alright, thank you for watching, everyone. Next week, we'll take a week off, so there won't be a stream next week.
Yep, sadness sheds
Make
single
sure,
tear.
when we're on the week off, make sure to get yourself a drink, relax, and enjoy the not stream.
And sit at your computer for 2 hours pretending to watch us stream.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
rewatch.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of rewatchability
Yeah.
in these streams. Probably.
Yeah. I bore myself to sleep with these.
Oh my god, really? That's
Not
great
right now.
advertising.
I would, but
I got to admit,
I
I
did.
watched one right before I fell asleep a couple of days ago. Because
I would get
it was alright.
too upset at things like this stupid XP point system. But
Alright, thanks for watching,
Yeah.
guys. See
See ya,
ya.
people.
See
See
you
you
in
all.
a fortnight.
The Fortnite.
that is correct. See you in Fortnite.
No.
I feel so bad
no,
saying that.
No.
It's just like everything hurts saying that because I can't wait for Battle Royale to die. Anyway, bye guys.
That was a weird stream before.